Welcome back to Master Guitar on 2600 Tuesday. Today I've got a review of the Arturia Keystep. The Arturia Keystep, I did this once before and I just wasn't happy because I rambled with it and because it's plugged in, and I just ended up wanting to noodle on it. Alright, so I think my there. Good. Alright, so the Arturia Keystep, this is the all black variation. You get this through Guitar Center or Musician's Friend, because they're the same company now. And this was the one I wanted. I even showed a picture of it to my wife and she was like, yeah, get the black one. That one looks a lot better. Sorry, tightening up my tripod here. The other reason was that I was doing this by holding a cell phone around, and really it doesn't work for me to film any of these on my cell phone. Back to, stop it! It's pretty simple. So you got, I guess, depending on where you count it from, you've either got 3 octaves or you've got 2.5, depending. So like if I'm counting off of E, I've got 2.5 E's. And I know you're thinking, well, for a guitar player, you're pretty good at this keyboard stuff. No, I'm really terrible at it. But, you know, really, when you look at what you need to be able to do as a guitar player on the keyboards, it really isn't a whole lot. Now, if you're sitting here trying to play something really complicated, it's just a lot more harder. Anyway, I'm babbling. The only drawback, I enjoy the Arturia Keystep. Very simple to use. When you buy it, you have to plug this thing into your laptop. You have to get the latest firmware updates. You're going to have to unplug it and replug it about 3 or 4 times. It says you have to do it once. I ended up having to plug and unplug 5 times. I ended up having to redo the firmware 3 times. The 3rd time it said it took it, and you know, so it's just a lot of frustration. Be prepared to do that over and over and over again. Then all you have to do to make this thing work for your 2600 is you set the dip switches all the way down, which puts it in MIDI mode. I also found this thing works just fine when it's set to internal. There are dip switches on the back here. On your 2600, you've got dip switches. There we go. There are dip switches on the back here. Just set that for channel 1, and then set your Keystep to record in channel 1 or to play in channel 1 through your laptop interface, and you'll be fine. It's good to go. The only thing I don't like about this is every keyboard controller manufacturer assumes I am plugging this thing into a laptop to use VSTs. Well, when I did my album, I used about 74 VSTs of different kinds to record all the stuff on my album, and I'm not doing that ever again. I'm not plugging this thing into a synth. I mean, I'm not plugging the Keystep into a laptop to run VSTs. I'm plugging it into a 2600 and any other, you know, depending on how many Behringer synths I get. Hi, Kimmy. Hi, buddy. Kimmy came out here to see me. I'm plugging this thing into synths to use it. And that means you've got to get a power supply because it does not come with one. That's the only drawback to it. I would love to have, for the same price, a 49 key controller or 61 key controller. I would ideally love an Arturia Keystep and a 61 key model, and I understand Arturia has different ones, but they want me to plug this into a laptop so I can buy their VSTs and use their VSTs. And like I said, I'm done with the VST thing. It doesn't work with my workflow. So I'll do a short video a little later on you know, for guitar players on the kind of things you can do on your keyboard. Playing sequences, I mean actually tapping the keys, what sequences you go. But anyway, getting back to the subject, that's the only drawback to the Arturia Keystep. Would it really cost you, the company, that much to bundle a 12-volt adapter with this thing? So when you buy this, you know, let's just say you want to buy the you know, Behringer 2600, which I highly recommend. and you want to, you're going to need a keyboard to run it, unless you're going to keep this thing solely on running the oscillators and using it for weird sound effects. But sooner or later, the playing bug's going to hit you. So just go ahead and buy you the Keystep and hook it up to the 2600. You're going to need this Middle Atlantic 8U rack, and that's basically a standard thing for any kind of Euro rack stuff. So go ahead and get a 12-volt adapter with it. It's better if you get a universal adapter. Sweetwater has them. Go ahead and order your Keystep. The only thing is, Arturia, the Keystep is not available in black through Sweetwater. Sweetwater, if you're watching this, start carrying these things in black. And also, you're going to want to get the HOSA cables like these that I ordered. It's an 8-pack of colored 3.5 millimeter patch cords, and they're all colored, and I got that because that way it looks better, and also because the other point is that I can see my patches better. So the Arturia Keystep is winner. I'm a very big fan. I just need to learn how to use the sequencer and the arpeggiator, because that really comes in handy. All right, so remember, hit comment, like, subscribe, and we'll see you next time.